welcome to the It Doesn't Hold Up podcast. We review and reevaluate all things we remember fondly from our childhood and years prior to see if they still hold up. And more often not, probably don't. I'm Stuart Shepherd, along with my co-host and good friend Michael Smith. Smith, Happy New Year!
Oh, and Happy New Year to you too, Stu. How are you doing?
I'm very well. New year, new opportunities, all that bollocks. So yeah,
Welcome to 2026. It's already pretty shit.
yeah,
Pretty shit.
pretty.
Pretty shitty.
Yeah, yeah, same shit, different year. Anyway, right. So, what are we talking about? Yeah, last week's feedback. That
What are we talking about? Fuck knows.
it's been a
Politics and the state
while.
of the world today.
I don't know, Smith. It's been a while.
Isn't this a
We've
music podcast?
well, it could be. We can cover music, some songs from the past, see if they're any
I
good.
don't. I don't want to.
Okay, fine. We won't change up the formula that much. Right. No, it's been a while. We've had Christmas break and stuff, slightly longer break. Yeah. So last episode's feedback that was Black Christmas, our Christmas special.
Hello. Hello.
In fact, that was some of the feedback. What I was gonna say that to last, but somebody put hello. Oh, pardon.
Ooh.
Fantastic. I'd watch that film again just for her. Not because she's hot, I mean just because of all the silly shit she kept saying. Anyway, right. So some of the feedback we received was I can confirm cats can go up ladders. I've never seen this film.
Well, fucking that answered that question.
It did. It
Well,
did. There you go. I've never seen this film, but I may give it a look up if it's on YouTube. It is on YouTube and it's absolutely free to do it. Uh, cool podcast as always. Have a great Christmas and New Year's. Thank you very much. Another one was that this is a very good point. You should have done this as a double bill with A Christmas Story. I mean, two completely different films, but yeah,
same
maybe
director.
it is the same director. Hence why we should have done it as a double bill. But yeah,
Yes,
but
I got that.
yeah, yeah, well, good. But yeah, so maybe in the future we'll do A Christmas Story. I don't know. I don't know. Who
I've never
knows?
seen it.
No, I've never seen it. Maybe we'll do something a bit different. Like let's watch a beloved Christmas classic that we haven't seen and see if we think it's shit, and it probably is.
Yeah.
Right, cool. Now, is there anything further you want to say on Black Christmas from 1974, or should we just move on?
No, except that maybe next Christmas we do the 2003 remake.
Oh, God, no. Oh, sorry. Did you get any feedback on Black Christmas?
No.
Yeah, I sent it to a good friend of mine who is Canadian, and he was like, "Sorry, what fucking film is this?" I was like, "Have you not heard of it?" He was like, "No."
You
There you
can't you
go.
can't hide that it's Canadian as well, because whenever anything's set in Canada, they can put on a fairly passable American accent until they say boot,
Yeah, true.
and it's like ha ha ha.
Oh, I
I
know.
know a Canadian when I smell one.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
maple syrup.
I do like maple syrup.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, right.
Anyway,
Moving on. So this episode's nomination came from Smith himself, and it's Romance in the Stone from
mm,
1984. So this is the tale of romance novelist Joan Wilder, who is thrust into the Colombian jungle to have a venture of her own with Jack T. Colton. There you go. What are you laughing at? Here's the plot.
nothing, nothing. Yeah, that is the plot. That is the plot. Yeah,
Yeah.
you've summed it up very nicely. Well done.
Thank you very much. Right, so as mentioned, this is from 1984. We've already covered 1984 with The Neverending Story. So what are we doing for this section, Smith?
So, what I've done is a little quiz for you. I know you like a quiz. I know the listeners enjoy my overly long and unnecessarily pointless quizzes
Oh,
with
do
no
they?
stakes and no prizes. And it's based on Jack T. Colton because Jack T. Colton isn't a person's name.
No, it's
It is
not.
the name that a screenwriter comes up with and thinks that sounds like a swashbuckling name. So, what I have for you is a series of names of unlikely named characters from movies. And I just want you to tell me what movie they're from.
Oh, that sounds fun. Yes, please.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to start easy. It's going to get more tricky. All
Okay,
right.
sure.
Number one, Christmas Jones.
Oh, isn't that fucking The World Is Not Enough?
That is the world is not enough. It's the rich,
Yeah.
unlikely nuclear physicist Dr. Christmas Jones. So named only so they can get the line in at the end when they've had sex. Christmas only comes once a year.
Yes.
Bum bum bum. All right, moving on. That's one for Stu. Second one, you'll get this one. It's very easy. John Matrix.
Oh, Commando.
Come on, John Matrix.
It's a great name.
Who the fuck wrote down Matrix as a surname? Yeah, that'd do. Sounds like a bloody maths teacher.
Yeah.
All right, that's two for Stu. Here we go. Number three, Cole Trickle.
Cold Trickle.
Yeah, you know, like when you do a little bit of piss.
Yes, I understood what trickle it.
Yeah, just in case you didn't.
No, I don't know what that is.
That is Tom Cruise's character in Days of Thunder.
Is it really? Oh
Yeah,
God.
I've never seen Days of Thunder because it
No, I
looks shit.
haven't. It does look shit, but that's still a terrible name, even for that film.
All right, it's one to me, two to you.
Go on.
Lincoln Hawk.
Oh fuck! I do know that one. Lincoln Hawk.
Sounds like a car.
Oh God's sake! No, no, that's on the tip of my
All
tongue.
right,
God,
all
I
right,
don't waste time.
it's
Oh,
in
okay.
Over the Top,
Oh, see, I've
the
not seen
arm
Over the
wrestling
Top.
film. Oh, you
I,
should see.
I
All
know.
right,
I need to see
moving
it.
on. Stacker Pentecost.
That sounds like something Statham would do. Oh,
Ah, close. Not quite Statham, but it's close to Statham.
oh, Vinnie Jones.
No, no, no. Think
No.
more recent.
What a bald-headed, rugged-looking guy.
No, it's Idris Elba
Oh, okay. In what film?
in Pacific Rim.
Oh, I hated that film. I blocked it out.
Fucking terrible, that
I
film.
didn't even bother with the second one. Just, oh.
Oh, the second one is also bad. Okay, so next is I watched it on a plane. Juan Sanchez Villalobos Ramirez.
I'm worried
Or
what
should
to
I say
say.
actually Juan Sanchez Villalobos Ramirez?
Oh, okay. That Sean Connery. God, what film does he play someone he's not?
Where does
That
he play a
most.
Spaniard?
Oh, isn't it something like Highlander or something
It
like
is
that?
Highlander.
Yeah,
Well done.
yeah, it's
I'm a
amazing.
Spaniard. What part
Sure.
of Spain are you from? Edinburgh. Okay, Marion Cobretti.
Marion Cobretti. Is
It's a
that a
man.
bloke? It's a man,
Yep.
right? Marion Cobretti. No, go on.
It's Stallone again. Cobra.
Again, another one I haven't seen. There's so many
Where's it
Stallone
Cobra?
movies I haven't seen. No, I want to.
Okay. All right. Keep going. There's a few more. Buford Pusser.
It's going to piss me off, and I'd
You're
probably
not
know
gonna
this.
get this one.
All right, go on. What is it?
Walking Tall.
Oh no, but I did know that. I did know that
You
because there's
did.
there's there's two versions. Because there's the Rock one and there's the original one. He plays the same
Yeah.
character. Oh, I should
Yeah.
have
I
known
don't
that.
think in the Rock one he's called Buford Pusser for some
I think
reason.
he is. No, I think he
You
is.
reckon he's called Buford Pusser? Okay,
I
I'll have
think
to
so.
look that up.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what the interesting about that one is? It's based on a real person. A real
Cool.
person called Buford Pusser.
Exactly. Yep.
Unbelievable. Right, here we go. Got four more. We'll go through them quick.
Go on.
Pollock Troy.
Pollux Troy. No.
Absolute Pollux. It's Face Off.
Hang on, it's
Nicholas
Castor
Cage.
Troy.
No, it is brother Pollux.
Oh, you
Oh,
rotter. Yeah.
Chance Boudreaux.
These are really hard. No, go on.
I know. It's that is Jean-Claude Van Damme in Hard Target.
I don't think I've seen Hard Target. This is
You've
really
not seen-
annoying.
Oh,
You've
Hard
asked me a
Target's
lot of
great.
films. I'm sure it is, but you've asked me all these movies that I haven't seen. But go on.
I've seen almost all of these. Okay. Spurgeon Tanner.
Spurgeon Tanner. No,
Spurgeon Fish Tanner.
Spurgeon. Oh, isn't that like fucking Swordfish or something like that?
No, 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 no. You're way off. This is a serious film.
Okay.
Well, serious-ish film. It's Robert Duvall's character in Deep Impact.
I like Deep Impact. What the?
I've never seen Deep Impact, but when I was looking up bad character names, that came up, and I was like, got to put that on my list. And finally, Cypher Rage, the most on-the-nose name for a character ever.
Cypher. It's not the Matrix, is it?
No, it is Will Smith's character in After Earth.
Which I also haven't seen. This
Well,
quiz
I
is
haven't seen it.
wholly
Well, all right.
unfair.
Okay, it was too hard. I should next time just pick films that I know that you've seen. I'll use
Stop.
my psychic abilities to say, have you seen all of these films?
Well, first two I was like, oh, this is easy. This is no, it isn't.
No.
Cool. But yes, no. Jack T. Cole doesn't seem as silly as some of those other names.
No, it doesn't, but it's still quite silly.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Cool. Enough of that. So,
Enough of you and your shenanigans.
yeah. As mentioned, this came out in 1984. So this came out in America in March 84. We got it in August 84. Neither of us were born then. So
No,
no, I was. This was a
I'm
month
a
before I was born.
young man.
You
It
are.
was several months before I was born.
Yeah. So how did we first see this, or hear about it, or come across it, and what platform did we watch it?
Oh, I would have seen this on television. I think I definitely would have seen this on television. Now I get this very mixed up with its sequel as well
Oh,
because
me
I think both of them were on fairly regular ITV rotation back in the day. And there were some bits of this that really kind of came back to me as I was watching it, and a lot of stuff that just kind of flew by me when I was a kid because it just, I don't know, didn't capture my imagination. But yeah, no, it would have been TV. I think one of those films that's just on.
Yeah,
I don't think I ever sat down and watched it. I don't think I ever went, oh, I'm going to watch Romancing the Stone. It was just on.
yeah, same. I also got this confused with the Jewel of the Nile because they always seem to be on repeat. There are bits I thought happened in the Jewel of the Nile happened in Romance of the Stone and vice versa.
I thought the
Um,
crocodiles were in A Jewel of the Nile.
yeah, me too. I
And I
did
was
as
like, I was
well.
watching, I was like, oh shit, it's the first one.
Yeah, yeah. And the other thing to note is that I mean we'll get into it. I can't believe this film used to be on like daytime on like Saturday and Sunday. There is so much swearing in this, so much inappropriate shit. I'm like, what? This is a family movie, and this was on during the day. But
PG probably was a PG when it came out, right?
it
It's a,
almost
or a
certainly
12.
be
It's
a
a very
12,
90s.
borderline 15. Yeah.
Yeah, now it's like, I think it's 12 on Disney Plus. I think it's a very
Mm.
1980s 12 though.
Yeah, yeah, totally. Yeah, but in terms of age, I think 7 or 8. I've probably watched that. Yeah,
Yeah,
just
probably. Sounds
but
about
yeah,
right.
over the years, it's just always seems to be on. But I have genuinely not watched this since I was a kid. So I think it got to a point when I might have been like 12, and then I just never watched it again. And then
Yeah,
until
same,
recently,
likewise. It's just never occurred to me that I go back and watch this. I
you
don't
picked
think it
it.
will ever occur to me again, but
Right then, shall we get into the plot?
yes, let's get into the plot that you've already expertly summarized.
I have, yes. Right. I presume you watched this on Disney Plus as well, because I
I
did.
did watch it on Disney Plus.
Good, 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 good. Right. So starting off, and also hour 45. Perfect. Perfect.
That's what we
Anything?
need. Don't need to be 2 hours 20. No, no.
No, no, no.
Get
Anything
me
under
to
2 hours these days, perfect.
get me to bed at a reasonable hour. I
Yeah,
like how
yeah,
it
yeah.
starts with a Michael Douglas production.
Yeah, that was
Right?
one of my points. It's like it's 20th Century Fox. Yay! A Michael Douglas production. Yay! Robert Zemeckis. Yay! It's
Well,
like
it suddenly
three
became a
days.
Michael Douglas production. Now he had like quite a good producing pedigree. So he
Mhm.
produced One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
He did.
So he's got a great like, but usually the Michael Douglas production starring Michael Douglas wouldn't be a good sign. There is a long history of writer, director, producer, actors, or one or combination. Like I don't know if you've ever seen The Room with Tommy Wiseau
Of course.
or ever heard of Neil Breen.
No,
Like
not seen that.
people, there was also a film called Get Even, which is actually called Get Even, but in the title they don't bother putting a space between Get and Even, so it's just called Get Even, which is it's a guy in I think Atlanta in America who's a lawyer who decided to write, produce, star in, and direct his own film. It's
Oh my God.
fucking terrible, and so usually not a good sign. However, Michael Douglas probably slightly more quality than those gentlemen I just mentioned.
Absolutely. Right then. So we get a scantily clad woman, Angelina, and she's approached by a gunslinger called Grogan in her home in the
I've
Wild
I've
West.
written down 3 seconds in and a nip. This is definitely a 1980s 12.
God, yeah, this woman is not wearing very much at all. It's very
No,
riveting.
and it's wet.
It is. It is.
Go
Um,
on.
as all this is going on, we get a woman narrating what's going on, and then Grogan wants her to strip. And I've written down, this is a family film.
It's very like, well, we don't know that he was going to do anything untoward. He might have just wanted her clothes
that,
for
that, to sell him.
for,
Yeah.
for selling or cross-dressing purposes.
Well, there you go. Who are we to judge?
No, no, I'm not
Yeah.
going to judge him.
No. But then Angelina pulls out a knife and throws at him, killing him. And then this line is really, really good. It's like, that was the end of Grogan, the man who killed my father, raped and murdered my sister, burned my ranch, shot my dog, and stole my Bible.
It was the shot my dog line that I laughed at. It was just,
Oh, really? The stole my Bible bits
yeah,
that got
I'd
me.
really laughing by that. I was like, that was okay. Very good. Very good.
Yeah, that was funny. Angelina rides off and she's greeted by her beloved Jesse, who shoots the men chasing her. And all throughout this is amazing cinematography. It's, oh, where was this filmed? Like maybe California outskirts or Nevada or something like
Probably in the back lots of California. I think I was reading. I think it's filmed partially in California. So yeah, or yeah, anywhere they film westerns.
that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But then we cut to it's actually Joan Wilder, the romance novelist, is narrating this. She's crying as she's reading it. Going, oh, that's so good, which is funny. And then yeah, then she starts looking all over her house for tissue, and then she comes to a note saying buy tissue and blows her nose on it. And I remember that as a kid, always finding that bit funny. Yeah,
I've
it's
written
good
down here.
stuff.
She's not attractive because she's wearing no makeup and a shirt.
Yeah. Also, is it just me, or do people in the 80s have really terrible teeth? Like, I was looking at Kathleen Turner, I was like, your teeth are horrible. Really, really bad.
Well,
Just like,
yeah, and especially with Americans always banging on about how bad our teeth are.
oh, yeah. It's not because
Although
they're
I tell you,
crooked. You just see, like, mold and shit like that where they just don't clean them properly or they had sugar in their teas. Or, ugh.
I mean, it's almost certainly in the 1980s that everyone was chain smoking all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we see all her apartment that she's a famous romance writer because she's got awards and posters, but she lives by herself with her cat Romeo, so she's all lonely and needs a man, clearly. But then there's a weird bit when, because she's finished her book and she's like
Yeah,
celebrating, and she throws cutlery in at the fire. I was like, why are you doing that?
yeah. I mean, who does that, right? Because now what you've got is a load of glass and crockery just smashed up all over the place, and you've got a poor little cat there, right? That is bad cat ownership, and I won't have it.
No,
Now
he
you're gonna
doesn't
have to
deserve
clean
that.
it up. You're gonna have to keep your cat off the floor. What are you doing? Also, I kind of like this sequence because it tells you everything you need to know about her character without explicitly telling you that
Yeah,
she's unlucky in love and that she's. They then ruin that by proceeding to have a scene where that happens, where
yeah,
her and
yeah,
her editor have that scene where the editor tells her that she's a great writer, but she's unlucky in love, and it's like, oh, you don't need to do that. You've done
nah,
it
yeah.
already.
It's unnecessary. Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, so then we cut to downtown New York, and someone who we don't quite see yet calls Joan on a payphone, but he hangs up. Mm.
Hmm.
But yeah, that wakes up Joan, and she's in a panic to meet her publisher Gloria, and she gets her manuscript and rushes out. It's really fucking funny as well. She meets Mrs. Irwin on the stairs, and she goes, "Why don't you get the elevator?" She goes, "Oh, rapists."
Yeah, I never get into the elevator down. Rapists. I'm like, yeah, that's very. And
That
she
was
hands
very
her
funny.
the mysterious package.
Yeah, and I missed at first. It has a postmark from Colombia on it, but then she says later on that's what it is. But yeah, it's a mysterious envelope that's been mailed to Joan. How did Mrs. Irwin? Oh, she said it wouldn't quite fit in the post box, so she
Yeah,
fished it out for her. Yeah, that's it. Cool. And we see as Joan's being harassed by someone selling toot on the street, that unseen figure clutching one of her novels walks by and into her building. Ooh.
dun dun dun. I'll come
Ta-da.
back to this because I won't get into it now, but I'll come back to it a bit later. This makes no sense.
Okay, we'll come back to it. Yeah, and then the janitor tries to stop this man who's breaking into a home and he's promptly stabbed. I've written down again. Family film. Doesn't shoot him, he stabs him. I was like, Jesus. Then we cut to Joan and Gloria. They're eyeing up blokes in a bar and not impressed by most. And Gloria's going on, like you just said, about how Joan needs a man. Oh, sorry, why does she need a man?
Where they're going across the men, going, he's this, he's that, he's that. How do you get cast as that? Does someone like from a
Yeah,
casting agency go, would you mind being a nerd or someone that no one could possibly ever love?
yeah.
So,
You're a pervert. You're definitely a pervert.
yeah, you look like a pervert. You got perv vibes. You're wearing a dirty Mac, so I'm thinking nonce.
Yeah, it'd be funny if she went nods. Well, I don't know. Right. We learn through exposition that Joan is upset about her sister Elaine, who's in Colombia. They haven't found her husband's body yet, apart from one piece. That was a funny line.
I like how that's just thrown away as a sort of, who cares
Yeah,
about him?
yeah.
No
Oh, they
one at
found one
any
piece.
point gives a shit about him. His wife
No,
doesn't give a shit.
no, not at all. But Joan also tells Gloria she received an envelope from Colombia.
The
Ooh,
mysterious package.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, cue to cut to Colombia, and her sister Elaine seems panicked. I've written down Elaine is played by that psychiatrist from Lethal Weapon and the newsreader from Die Hard.
I've got Mary Ellen Trainor, or Miss 80s Movie Lady, as I
Yeah.
like to call her, who's in all of the 80s movies. I think
Oh,
she's in Lethal Weapon, she's in Die Hard,
yeah,
she's in Executive Decision, I think.
probably. Yeah, that's 90s though.
Um, that's 90s, yeah, but she's in loads of stuff in the
Yeah.
80s, like loads of stuff.
Just one of
Like
those people you see, like, oh yeah, it's a.
I think she died fairly young. Like,
Oh really?
she died in the 90s. Yeah, I don't think she lived particularly long.
Oh, sad.
It's a bit of a shame. Yeah, a bit sad because it's like she's such a huge, weird part of the childhood.
Yeah.
She's kind of person that if you saw her like down the street, like, oh shit, it's her from all the films.
It's like when you see Robert Davi using absolutely everything from the 80s. Ah, Robert Davi.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah,
her leaving her flat here trying to be as conspicuous as possible.
yeah, this Pierce
How
is
can I be
ridiculous.
as noticed as I can be?
In this really flash car that she's trying to
Yeah,
escape
yeah, yeah.
in.
Dressed up like Carmen Sandiego.
Yeah, I can't remember San Diego. God, put that on the list. Right.
No,
Yeah, yeah, that was a bit shit, actually.
it was shit. Yeah, it was a
Yeah,
good title theme and feck else.
yeah. Yeah, some kids playing outside and manages to subdue her, drives off in the flash car. I was like, hang on a minute, how does he know how to drive?
She gets kidnapped by a child who then turns into a fully grown man in the long
Yeah,
shot.
yeah,
It's like it's the kid, and then it cuts, and it's just clearly a man.
yeah. I love it when you see shit like that in movies.
Yeah.
The car drives by a pool, and then we see Danny DeVito who's playing Ralph, and he's watching the lane being transported on the boat. Now, I love Danny DeVito in this film.
I love Danny
Absolutely
DeVito
love
in
him.
every film.
Yeah,
What are you talking about? He's brilliant.
no, but he's exceptionally brilliant in this film. It's really, really good.
There's a couple of bits where he just falls over, and it's the funniest
Oh
fucking
yeah,
thing.
yeah. There's one particular bit where he falls over. I'd be dying my laugh. That's really good.
It's weird though because it's him and his cousin. Now I could have
Ira.
sworn Ira. I could have sworn I knew that the cousin wasn't in the sequel, and so I was like in my head I was like, oh, as I remember, the cousin died. And we get to the end of the film, cousin not dead, and I'm like, why isn't he in the sequel?
I assumed he might have got arrested and Danny DeVito got away, but we'll get
Oh,
to
the
it.
actor. Oh, the actor. Or
No, no. Ira gets
hang
arrested
on,
at the end.
look him up. Uh-oh.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I did look him up, and no, nothing. Just wasn't in it,
Oh, okay,
or
there you
much else.
go. All right. But yeah, him and Ralph and his cousin Ira, they're discussing this plan. So they're after a missing map and they want to kidnap Elaine to then get Joan to come out with a map and give it to them. It just seems all very, very convoluted, all of this.
This film is quite convoluted.
Yeah, yeah. Back in New York, Joan arrives home and find her apartment's been ransacked, and the phone rings and she speaks with Elaine and she says, yeah, she's been kidnapped and she's got to bring the map to Colombia and she's the head to the Cartagena Hotel in Cartagena.
Got a henya.
Oh, look, whatever, man.
It's funny in the bit before she's like, oh, it's not in the country, and I was like, I wrote out, geez, I wonder what the mysterious package could
Yeah,
be.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, Joan's talking with Gloria about going to Colombia and it begs her not to go, but doesn't explain why she's going. But says, so why don't you want her to go? Just because it's a dodgy country? Like,
Yeah, I think Colombia at the time is probably not the place you'd want to go. It's also she's talking about the shots, and I tell you, having been to Peru, I wouldn't underestimate the importance of getting shots before traveling to Central or Southern America.
yeah, absolutely. That's just
I didn't.
standard.
It was fine, but you've got to really plan 6 months plus in advance. Just a bit of public information there for the listeners.
Great.
The more you know.
The more you know, yeah. We see that someone is following Joan in a car, and it's that arsehole who shot her Jana. We don't know the arsehole's name yet, so from henceforth he should be the arsehole.
I've just
Joan,
written down as well with all this stuff about her leavers. Like, she's totally unsuited to this. What a bloody mess.
yeah,
Oh, I wonder what's going to happen. I bet it's going to be a whole fish out of water thing.
but I love it. Yeah, Joan arrives in the airport, and outside the airport, Ralph is looking for her. And then we see that arsehole tricks Joan into getting on the wrong bus, believing it's going to Cartagena, but it's not.
Got that in you. The bit of it I've written down when he gets into the airport. I suspect this is racist.
It's a little bit
It's like
racist.
all the people just fighting and like hugging pigs. I'm like, okay,
Is this what happens in Colombia in the 80s? I don't know.
maybe,
Right, if you've been to Colombia in the 80s.
and remember it.
Yeah, and remember, yeah, a lot of coke out there. A lot of coke. Yeah, so she gets on the wrong bus. Ralph sees that she's on the wrong bus and panics. And then a little bit later, Joan wakes up to see she's in the butt fuck of nowhere on this bus.
The bit when she gets on the wrong bus, he runs off. Danny DeVito runs off, going, "She got on the wrong bus. This is terrible." And it felt really weirdly overdubbed. You know what I
Did
mean?
it?
Like, yeah, it just felt like it didn't match up with what he was saying at all. It's like, well, we know she's got on the wrong bus. I just saw her get on the wrong bus. Why have you've said, anyway,
Would you
yes.
reckon it was done in post just to make that point?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. She talks to the bus driver and he crashes into a car and it starts spilling birds everywhere. And I'm like, I have questions like, why was a car parked there? I know it's Michael Douglas's car, but why was his car parked there of all places? Who was he waiting for?
In the road.
In the road. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Everyone vacates the bus and heads off apart from Joan and that arsehole who tries to convince her another bus is on the way. Hmm.
Mm.
But that arsehole then pulls out a gun on her, and then 25 minutes into this film, we see Michael Douglas,
Like,
Jack
Michael
Keith
Douglas
Colwood.
isn't the lead.
No, he is. He's first on the credits.
Oh yeah, but he's not really. Like, if you look at in the way that the film is positioned, it's her.
Yeah, I guess
She's
so.
she's the lead. He's just the I don't know what he is. I mean, I've written down here. He really wanted to be cool Indiana Jones action hero, didn't he? Like, he really wanted to be Indiana Jones, a swashbuckling star at 5'2".
Yeah, he's not very big, is he?
No, he's not.
And Danny DeVito's
That's why
even
you've got to
smaller.
put Danny DeVito in it. It's just like,
He's wee, but he makes up with it tons of charisma. But man, he's he wee.
mm,
Right, and then in the Michael Douglas, Jack T. Colton, and that arsehole start having a shootout, and then Joe's hiding underneath the car, and then Jack's all angry that his birds and car have been destroyed. Um,
Is
yeah.
bird hunter a sexy occupation?
Is he a hunter or is he just selling
It's a
them or
poach. It's
exporting
a
them?
poacher. He's a
Yeah.
poacher. So yeah, he's getting them and selling them.
Ah,
Feels a
okay.
bit weird. Yeah.
That's what he's doing. Yeah, that arsehole stops Ralph in his car and he's posing as a cop and they both drive off together. It's really funny. Like Danny DeVito's just putting his hand to his face and being like, no speako Americano in a very American New York voice, which is funny. Um, right. Jack's admiring a picture of a sailing boat and I've written down, I wonder if this will come back. Hmm.
Yeah, it's a bit like earlier with the alligators or the crocodiles, whatever they are.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There was all that earlier on in the boat, wasn't it?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wonder if this will be a part of it. I wonder if someone's going to get eaten by these things at some point,
Almost like what happened in the Temple of Doom.
but somehow slightly less good.
Yeah. Joe needs to get to a telephone, and Jack's like, no, nowhere near here, blah blah blah. And then she offers him $375 in traveler's checks, American Express, and then he agrees. Just little touches this film I really, really liked.
Mm.
Yeah, Ralph arrives at his car at the military base, and we learn that arsehole is called Zolo. And he tells an officer to round up his men. I'm like, is this guy a cop or is he like a military colonel? Like, what the hell is he supposed to
It
be?
seems to be both. I don't quite
Right.
understand. And this is where it doesn't make any sense to me that he was in America doing his own dirty work. Why was he there stabbing a janitor and trying
Yeah.
to get the map himself? Why wouldn't he just send people? He appears to be this big, all-powerful military man,
Yeah.
but yet he's the one who's gone over to America and risks getting found, and it doesn't make any sense.
I guess he
Just so he
thought,
can introduce you to him, but it's like you didn't need that.
well, I don't know. Maybe if he sent one of his men over there and they found the map, they might want to keep it for himself. So he just doesn't trust anyone with that map other than
Yeah,
himself.
maybe.
Maybe
It
that.
kind of feels it feels as well. You say it's a bit convoluted. It feels with him and with Danny DeVito and his cousin. It feels like it's got two sets of villains ultimately for no reason.
Yeah, I remember Danny DeVito being the main villain, not
Yeah,
Zolo. And then Danny DeVito kind of goes good in Jewel of the Nile type thing. But no, I'm totally wrong. You're right. There's two different people after this map.
yeah. It doesn't really add anything. I don't
No,
think beyond
no.
having Danny DeVito in. It does make sense because Danny DeVito was the main villain. I couldn't make sense of him being in the sequel, and I was rewatching this like, oh, that's right. There's this other guy. I've forgotten about the other guy.
Yeah. And also, why does Danny DeVito know who Zolo is? Because we find that out in a minute.
Well, no, I assume it's because the way I took it was that he's a well-known military figure, like he's
Ah,
a
okay.
like a military hunter or something like that. Like he's in
Right.
charge of this military force in Colombia, and everyone's frightened of him. That's
Right.
what I took away from it.
Okay.
I don't think
No,
it's ever explicitly stated.
no, you're probably right. Okay. Then we get Joan and Jack are warring in the pouring rain. Jack probably launches her suitcase. I was like, she doesn't seem that angry about it. I would have been
Wait,
furious.
I'd be like, oi, that's
My
my shit.
suitcase. Yeah. Then they both get caught in a mudslide, which looks really, really fun. And then Jack hilariously
Yeah,
ends
I
up
always
with
thought
his
that was
legs up
fun.
to it.
It's like that and like the one in Predator. I'm like, oh, I want to
Oh
go on a
yeah,
slide. I want to go on one.
that looks really cool. But yeah, Jack ends up hilariously in between Joan's legs, like ha ha ha. Ha. Back on that boat, Ira receives a call from Ralph at the military base, and he's pretending to be someone else, and he's telling Ira like everything's gone wrong. And he uses an incredibly racist term. It's like, oh, which I'm not going to repeat on that podcast. Go and watch it
No,
for yourself.
no,
Yeah, I was like, oh, you're better than that, Danny DeVito.
not in the '80s. He wasn't.
No,
No,
or in
he was.
everything that it's always sunny in Philadelphia uses some choice language on that too. Yeah. Um, Ralph sees he's got a wanted photo on the wall in his military base, and yeah, like, there's a hilarious bit as he's trying to get it, just goes, just falls off.
So funny.
Very, very good. Ira's then talking to Elaine and tells her Zolo's now part of it all, and he was the one who killed Elaine's husband Eduardo, and he's feeding steaks to alligators. Like, why would you waste a perfectly good steak?
It's she never seems that fussed about having been kidnapped.
No, or
She seems,
Eduardo's dead.
yeah, she seems fairly nonplussed about the whole thing.
Yeah, yeah. Oh well. Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, Jack's still sad about his sailing boat, and then Jack helps making Joan's shoes more practical with a machete. He's like, those are Italians, like now they're practical.
Yeah, I don't think it would be practical. I don't think chopping the heels off of a pair of heels, off a pair of stilettos, would actually make them easier to walk in.
And they'd be all stumpy at the end, wouldn't they?
Yeah, it'd be even if anything, it'd be worse.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Jack. But then Zolo and his troops arrive. They start shooting at Jack and Jones, and they run for their lives. There is a really funny line, but again, family movie. Jack goes, "I should have listened to my mother. I could have been a cosmetic surgeon by now, earning up to 500,000 a year and up to my neck in tits and ass." So family film.
Well, so I got the sense with this bit because this is the bit where he's hiding behind a rock while she's going off to go
Yeah,
on the bridge, right?
yeah,
Luckily for a start, the Colombian militia have the shooting skills of stormtroopers because they don't
yes,
fucking hit a damn thing.
no.
Um, I get the sense that this was just him ad-libbing because there's a
Ah,
lot of that.
okay.
He's just coming up with these one-liners, and I must say, none of them particularly great.
I don't know. This made me laugh. Up to
Wow.
my neck in tits and ass. Right.
Also,
Jack and
she goes to the bridge to climb the bridge. Suddenly, she's brave for some reason. She's been
yeah,
like really like frightened of everything up until this point, and suddenly she's like, "Oh, you know what? I'll just climb over this bridge." There's like, "But you were fucking terrified a minute ago. What are you doing?"
there's people shooting at you, Smith. Like, I think I'd do that.
That's true. No, what I'd do is just curl up in a ball and cry until I got shot in the back of the head.
Yeah, it's the easy
And
way.
that's how I died, like a coward.
Such a coward. Yeah, Jack and Joan then arrive at a ravine, and yeah, like you said, she starts crossing that relic bridge, and it's breaking, and then she inadvertently ends up swinging to the other side, which Jack also does.
And I must say, when he swings across the other side, when he hits the rocks on the other side, they look suspiciously like rubber.
Yeah,
Yeah, he hits that wall and it bends, and it's like, hmm,
he's a phony.
he's a big fat phony. I must say one thing just to touch on. This was filmed partially not in Colombia but in Mexico, and it really helps because all of the bits in the jungle look like they're
Yeah,
filmed in a jungle. So it
definitely.
actually looks like it's filmed where it's supposed to be and not just a studio.
Oh yeah, I think that's what hurts films these days. It's either
Mm,
CGI or a studio, but yeah, do shit on location. But then they have
yeah,
to suffer like massive rainfalls and mudslides.
yeah, yeah.
Right. Having escaped Zolo's men, they're now walking through the jungle in the rain, and they stumble across a crashed cargo plane with dead bodies inside. They take shelter inside. It's full of weed, and I've written down family film.
Yeah, I almost certainly did not understand this bit when I was a kid.
He's like, what are they throwing on
I
that fire?
Yeah, I wouldn't have got it at all. Wouldn't have got it at all. Also, I don't care if you're an exotic bird hunter, a sexy exotic 5'2" bird hunter. If you drink that much neat tequila, you're on the fucking floor.
Oh yeah, you'd be dead.
He is swigging that bottle of tequila he finds, and he's just like, it's like, oh, you'd be puking your guts out.
He would. And he's also reading Rolling Stone magazine. And there's a funny bit with, oh, the Doobie Brothers broke up. I thought it was good. And then Jack finds the treasure map in Joan's bag, and then he realizes she's not telling him the whole truth. And then, yeah, they make a fire using weed, and he's inhaling the fumes. And down family film. You could have maybe got away with alluding to, oh, there's weed in this place, but they're actually smoking it.
Yeah.
Oh dear. What else is going on? Um, yeah, he realizes that map's special, and there's something to it, and what's going on here. And then Jones starts berating Jack, and he notices there's a massive snake behind her, and he kills it with a machete. It's a big bastard, but it's also edible. I'd eat a
I've eaten
snake.
snake. I've eaten
Yeah,
snake.
have you?
Nice.
Where?
Yeah. There's a restaurant in London called Archipelago, which used to serve sort of exotic meats and things. Pretty sure I had snake there. It's very nice.
Steak? Steak? Steak! Ah! So Jack's explaining about how much money he lost when all those birds got lost in the crash. And at this
Mm.
point, this is, yeah, we don't even know him as Jack yet. We still does this guy. So he reveals his name is Jack T. Colton, and the T stands for trustworthy. He tells Joan that he's been in Colombia for a long time, and birds has been an easy way to make money. And what he really wants to do is to be on the ocean and get his own boat and sail across the world.
Hmm.
Wonder if this will come back. At this point, Joe passes out, and Jack studies the map again. Can we trust Jack? Maybe not. Uh,
Oh, conflict.
yeah. We see that Ralph is asleep in his car, which is funny, and he's startled by Zolo's men. And then Jack and Joan are walking along in a really rough town, and they see dodgy people everywhere. They notice they're being followed. Then Joan asks the men where they can find a car. They tell him they go on the bellmaker, who's got the only car in the village. I don't know what it was. There was something about this scene that just felt really, really funny.
I love the fact
Um,
that like she's it's only in films where a woman can wear completely impractical clothes to go to the jungle. fall
Yeah.
down hills, run ragged, and they just hang off sexily.
Oh yeah. Standard.
Yeah, they don't get ripped or look terrible. No, they just hang off a bit sexily.
Jack T. Cole looks fine. Is it because he's wearing
Yeah, he's
appropriate
fine.
jungle wear?
Yeah, because he was wearing a vest.
Yeah. So they go to Juan's door and they knock on it. They ask about the car. And then like, this gun just comes out, which is really funny. And the men behind have also got guns. But then Juan realizes that it's Joan Wilder, the novelist. He's a big fan. And so the men go, oh, okay. Just wave
I
and
was
walk
like,
off.
two things. There's a bit where he says, "Oh, you speak English? That's great." And I've written yes, especially for the audience, because
Of course.
and then luckily he mentioned her name out loud as they were leaving. It's like, "Let's go, Joan Wilder."
No, I think he said, oh, how are you going to write us out of this one, Joan Wilder? So yeah,
Yeah,
very, very convenient. So Joan Wilder, the novelist. Oh, I've got all your books. Come in.
you good
Uh,
old-fashioned friendly drug smuggler.
Absolutely. He invites him into his house. House is like an absolute mansion. And then Zolo's men arrive in Jeep, so they want to know from the locals where Joan and Jack are. And then for some reason, Juan gives Jack one of Joan's books to keep. I was like, oh, that's convenient, isn't it? So then he can read
And fall in
them.
love with her a little bit more. Although, judging from the stuff we heard at the beginning of the film, her writing is fucking terrible.
Yeah, I couldn't work this out. Like, is she a? I mean, she's not that rich. She's only in a small apartment in New York, but it looks like
How
she's
much do you
published.
think? I don't know how much you think authors make.
Oh, I don't, but it looks like from that shot at the start, there's all these posters everywhere and all these awards everywhere. So she's written a shitload of books, but I get that could be
Well,
trashy awards that she's won.
I mean, I don't suppose that authors of that kind of it's like Joan Collins, is that kind of thing, like a Joan Collins-esque
Jackie Collins.
Jackie. Yeah, I was gonna. No, it's one of them. It's one of the Collins, Jackie Collins, that kind of trashy romance novel.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Also, don't underestimate how expensive real estate in New York is.
Yeah, that's also true. Yeah. At this point, Juan reveals that he doesn't have a phone. I was like, I find this hard to believe. This man is a drug lord, but he doesn't have a phone. Like,
Does it all
no.
by carrier pigeon?
Yeah, which Jack could probably help with.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But at this point, Juan, Jack, and Joan escape in the truck called Pepe.
Pepe the Little Mule.
Love it. And they're being chased by Zola's men. There's a great old chase scene with this. And then Juan hilariously wants to show the village to them as going on. He's like, why did you go this way? Because I wanted to show you the field. Oh, it's all good stuff. They launch across the. Go on.
I've written a point here. Like, there's a lot of action scenes in this film, like this chase.
Yeah.
None of it's very exciting.
Oh, I found this exciting. I thought it was funny.
Really, I thought it just felt like quite a slow speed, low stakes car chase.
No, each to their own. There's no police in you. Then we watch something like Herbie, where there is like a massive car like race. Don't like it.
Boring.
Yeah,
Herbie was boring.
yeah, it was kind. It was a bit too long. Yeah, they launch across the river thanks to a makeshift ramp, but that caused another Jeep to crash. And then cut to immediately, they're in a field, all happy, and Jack's reading Joan's book, and while Joan's picking flowers. Wait, what?
Yeah, there was a bit like, so what film are we watching? Where are we?
Yeah. Oh yeah, because we're made to believe the river they've crossed, you can't cross it at any other point. I was like, I also
Yeah.
find this hard to believe.
Yeah, I'm sure there's no other point where you can cross that river. Because
Yeah,
sooner or later, those men that are chasing them are on the other side of the river.
yeah, exactly. Jack recognizes a tree that looks like was on the map, so they realize they're really close to where that map is, and they decide at this point, oh, you know what, fuck delivering the map, let's just go and find the treasure or whatever it is for ourselves.
Mm.
We see Ralph and Ira are talking on a public phone, and then conveniently, Juan, Joan, and Jack arrive right behind him. So yeah, Ralph spots them and tries not to be noticed. And then yeah, he makes a really homophobic remark to Ira as well. I was like, yeah, I'm also not going to say this. Just forever giving Ira shit.
She likes men like you.
Yeah, but then he says something else. But yeah,
What does he say
I
there?
can't remember.
Is it I think it's a name. I think it's a person's name, and I couldn't quite hear what it was.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going
It's
to
also
repeat
the bit
whatever
where
it is.
he pronounces the word Tarzan in the funniest way I've ever heard anyone pronounce Tarzan. He's like, I'm
Whereas
not Tarzan. Very Danny DeVito.
very thick New York accent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tarzan.
He's
Uh,
he's great in this film. He's really, really good.
he's great in every film.
He is. As Jack's checking into a hotel, he inquires about a Xerox machine. He's like, wonder what you're up to. And then,
Something that doesn't come back.
no, it does.
Does it?
Kinda. We'll get to it.
It doesn't have any real bearing on anything.
Well, I think you're made to believe that is he going to photocopy this or fax it to someone or just do something for his own advantage. But
Yeah.
yeah, it kind of does. We'll get to it.
All right.
Um, yeah, Joan calls that number Elaine gave her, and then Ira agrees to meet her in the morning. So then at this point, Joan gives Jack the $375, but Jack wants to buy her dinner. And also, he's got a hotel room. I was like, how's he paid for this? I thought this guy was broke.
Wow. He's just made $375.
But right, so $375, he's going to pay for dinner, and then he buys her a nice outfit, and he's paid for a
In
hotel room.
in Colombia, I would
Oh,
imagine so, yes.
okay. Oh, yeah, and then we also see a bit later, he's bought her a necklace as well. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
worth fuck all.
I'd
Yeah,
imagine it's worth I imagine it costs fuck all in Colombia at the time.
yeah, yeah.
It's
Uh,
funny when she buys her that dress and she's like, "Oh, it's just beautiful." I've written, "Is it?
it's kind of standard.
Is it? Or is it quite bland?" Call me picky.
Well, it's Colombia. Yeah, they did the best he could. Right. So there's a party at night in this town, and Jack's bought us some new clothes, and he's wearing some really weird clothes himself. What are you wearing, Jack?
It's
Presumably
like
he's
the
bought
fucking
those as
90,
well.
fucking 1970s. He looks like he's walked out of Saturday Night Fever.
Yeah,
He's a
yeah.
he's a wee man, isn't he? Like he's quite
He's
short.
weird.
He's quite slight as well.
Yeah.
Um, is it this bit I was reading? I
Mm.
won't come with the trivia, but I was reading about this, and basically one of the trivia points that I saw was that apparently he was just dancing with the extras and Kathleen Turner, and he didn't realize that Robert Zemeckis had been filming. It's like bullshit.
Total
That is
bullshit.
bullshit trivia. And this clearly choreographed and shot from multiple angles dance
Yeah,
sequence.
absolutely. The only thing that possibly might have happened was that they were dancing on an off night, and then Robert Zemeckis said, "Oh, I think we should do that in the movie." That's probably what happened, and it's just become law
Or maybe they did film a bit of it, but like without knowing, but it didn't make it into the film.
because it was shit.
They were just testing the cameras.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Joan and Jack are at dinner, and he compliments her on her writing, and he's got that crap necklace we spoke about. And then Ralph spots them, and he's suddenly trying to sneak up to get the map out of the bag, but he's gone the wrong way, and he's caught by some woman, and she beats the living shit out of him. It goes on forever, and then she starts fighting a security guard as well. Oh, it's really, really good stuff. Jack and takes Joan to dance, and they kiss, and they're back at the hotel room.
I mean, the
Jack,
fact there was literal fireworks as they were kissing, I was like, come on.
yeah, and nobody else is dancing, or they're dancing differently, and they're just kind of surrounding them. It's like, come on.
It kind of
Come
makes me
on.
think, did this happen or is this just one of her books?
It could be one of her books, yeah. Back at the hotel room, Jack shagged Joan, and we see a little bit.
You old romantic. Did you notice in this, by the way, that her arms and legs are absolutely caked in bruises?
My God,
Like she's lying there. Just, I was really either she threw herself into the stunt or that was some rough sex because
proper rough sex.
her legs have got loads of big bruises on them.
I didn't notice that. So
You
yeah,
didn't notice that? It was the first thing I noticed. I was like, oh Lord.
I've seen this film twice, and I didn't notice that. Although I did see an awful lot of Douglas naked, not as much as Basic Instinct, but way too much for a family film.
At least we didn't see crack.
Yeah, that's true. Jack wants to take Joan sailing all over the world, and Joan wants to know why Jack has stolen the map, but he said, well, he hasn't stolen it, but he said, no, 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 I want to help you, and we've got leverage now to save your sister. We see, though, that Jack had taken the map because then
Yeah.
he'd hidden it under the bed and he puts it back into a bag. So I think what they're getting at is they made you think, did he use that Xerox machine,
Ah,
photocopy
right.
it, and then he's put it back?
So the whole thing about the Xerox machine was just pointless.
Yes.
Okay, good. This is the bit that you're talking about where it comes back.
Yeah.
Oh, it
I'd
doesn't
imagine
come back then. Because even off this, you're still, it's there like, oh, did he photocopy the map? It never gets mentioned again. What was the point of this?
just to plant the seed of doubt. Because
Also, he could have waited till the fucking morning to get that out from under the mattress. She wouldn't have noticed.
well, yeah. Is it because
But
they
I
just had
mean,
the conversation and he felt guilty, so he took it out? I don't know.
I mean, I've tried watching TV while I've been kissing someone before, and they fucking notice you're not paying attention.
Yeah, they don't like that shit at all.
Like, let me just position you so I can see the telly. Okay. Oh yeah, oh yeah, no, yeah, great, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to watch Gladiators. Anyway,
Anyway, Zolo's men arrive the next day, so Jack and Joan have to subtly try and escape. They end up in all cars in Ralph's car, and Ralph is sleeping in the back.
Zola and his men turn up, Sola or whatever his name is, his men turn up. It's like, shall we surround the hotel? No, they will only come out the front. There is no other way they could possibly leave.
Absolutely, yeah, yeah.
They just stand out front. It's like, just drive off.
These men are useless. They can't shoot properly. They can't capture anyone properly. This bit's really funny. Joan says, "What are you doing when they're in the car?" He goes, "I'm trying to hotwire the car." She goes, "Well, try the key." Why did Danny need to be holding the key in the car?
I think he's just quite a slapdash man.
Yeah, yeah. As they drive along in Ralph's car, they see they are by that shrine on the map, and Zolo's men also seem to have followed them because one radios another. Well, how? How did they know where they were going?
I
Like,
don't think he. I think he maybe is just another man that was positioned slightly somewhere out of the village. I don't think
oh,
he's
okay,
following.
right, got it. They realize they need to go to a waterfall, having folded the map, and that shows you
She worked that out
position.
very quickly.
Yeah,
She like there was this thing with the map. Like the map is this whole big part, like it's MacGuffin. Like oh, it's the map, but the map itself doesn't really feature much. Like they look at it, very quickly work out where they are every time. Like there's no mystery, there's nothing to
no,
solve apart from this bit suddenly about folding it, which is then resolved exceptionally quickly without even being said like, oh, where are you? Just like, oh yeah, that's it. Right. It's I don't know. It's like it's in Indiana Jones. You have all of those mystery elements where they've got to find, like
yeah,
raiders. You go from A to B to C. Like you follow the clues to get to the next bit to get to the next bit. This doesn't really bother with
no,
any of that. It's just sort of like we've got a map. Okay, we'll follow the map. Is the map
yeah,
tricking you? No.
yeah. That would have been funny if they got to something and it was a dead end, or then they realized they had to do something else. Oh, they've only got half the map; they got to get the other, that sort of shit.
Yeah,
But no,
yeah, some anything. No, it's just they've got the map. The map works.
yeah,
Um, just fairly easy to follow.
yeah,
What a well-made map.
yeah. Wonder why everyone's fighting over it. It's like it's quite standard, really, this map.
I have another question about this map in a minute, but
All right,
we'll
we'll
get
get to
there.
it. They realize they need to go at the waterfall. They're wading through the water, and behind the waterfall, they find a cave which they enter, and it's Mother's Milk, which they need to get to, which is a pool of dirty water. And then
It's
he's,
like, Mother's milk. Oh, there it is. So, yep, there you go. Crack that code very quickly by pointing at a puddle of dirty milk, and then we get the excitement of watching a short man dig in a puddle.
yeah, for an exceptionally long time. And then they find a
Yeah,
really crap, priceless statue, which isn't it, just like a cat statue or something. And they smash it,
it's
and they
like
find the green stone.
it's an Easter bunny.
Oh, it's an Easter bunny, not a cat. Yeah, you're
So
right. You're
this
right.
is my then question about the map. Who wrote that map? Like it looks like it's an ancient kind of Aztec or Inca map or like explorer map, but it's a buried. It's like it could only have been written 20 years earlier because
Mm.
it's buried in the Easter Bunny. Like,
Yeah,
what
and
is the like?
also,
I don't understand. I thought maybe I've missed something
nah,
that
you
like
haven't.
they'd explained. No, it's just not. I assumed it would be like ancient treasure. It's not. It's just someone's buried this thing in a cave and written a map. Why?
Yeah, and also Joan works this out because, oh, this happened in one of my books. Like, what's that got to do with anything? Just
Yeah.
because you've written something before doesn't mean it happens in real life, does it?
Or does it?
Or does it? Yeah. Yeah, and then they realize they find a green stone, and then at this point, Ralph arrives behind. I can't remember what it was, but he goes like, "Understand that you're asshole." And then he robs them of the stone, and then he does a really good line, which is a nice bit of irony. He goes, "Move it before Batman comes home." We're like, because they're in a cave, and he plays the penguin in Batman Returns. It's really
Do you know?
good.
Do you know how crouching down they're as tall as Danny DeVito?
Yeah,
And then they stand up and he's not that much taller than them.
but he does have a gun. Right. Ralph's trying to shit stir at Jack, saying, "Oh, he only ever wanted the stone. He was romancing you for the stone." Like, ugh,
Doesn't work.
doesn't work. But then Ralph runs for his life after seeing Zolo's men, and then Jack and Joan take the car again, and Jack fights with Ralph and escapes in the car. Blah blah blah. They get the stone back. But then they end up in the river. Ralph's car is like floating along, and then go
The
off in a
excitement of a
waterfall.
car, the excitement of a car slowly drifting down a river.
Yeah,
It's very slow.
very very slow.
I mean,
But what?
when it gets over the waterfall, the
Mm.
bit where they jump out, that looks fucking dangerous. Like they
Yeah,
didn't look
I
like
was thinking
they
that.
did not get very far away from that car. Like the woman in particular, whoever did that stunt, looked like they were very close to the fucking car.
And again, this is how like rogue people were back then. That shit's just all practical. There's no CGI or anything. That is just someone literally diving off a waterfall.
Yeah,
Yeah. But Joan and Jack are separated at either side of the river, and Joan accuses him of trying to trick her and steal from her, but Jack promises to meet her at the hotel, and then Zolo's men start firing at them both, so they both have to scarper.
what a
So
hotel?
that one I can't pronounce.
Got that in you.
Yeah. So she's arrived at said hotel and
Got that in you.
calls Ira, who then tells her to go at the fort on the water in 2 hours alone on the map. Like, why 2 hours? Why?
Time, time to change. Bit of lunch.
Yeah, fair enough. Quick drink, yeah. Yeah, this bit was funny. Joan calls downstairs to the hotel because has Jack Colton checked in yet? It's like, in the last 2 minutes? No. Joan arrives at the fort and Ira shows Elaine to Joan and Joan has the map and then Ira checks to make sure it's all genuine and lets both the sisters go. I was like, why would you let them go? You just shoot them. Like,
Yeah, you kidnap these people, just murder them and throw them to the crocs. Like,
exactly. What
I
does
don't.
it matter?
Yeah. Well, they're probably not murderers. That's probably the whole thing.
Just thieves, yeah. Oh yeah, because we
Yeah.
learned earlier on, like, Ralph and I are just very petty criminals. Because even Ralph was like, "This is a bit above our heads doing shit like this." So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. It wasn't them that killed her husband.
yeah. Jack arrives, but he's with Zolo's men, and they've got guns. But then Zolo burns the map as he knows Jonah's already got the stone. And then Ralph is also he's had the absolute shit kicked out of him. He was like, why is he getting
Yeah.
why is he had the shit kicked out of Ralph, but not Jack? Jones taken to the alligators and he starts cutting around and dripping all the blood onto them. And then Jack reveals he's got the stone because he's got it hidden down his pants. And that showman of God hits him with a cock with a gun. And he just kind of shakes it out. And as the stone falls down on Jack's shoe, he kicks it to the water. Zolo catches it, an alligator bites his hand off. And I've written down, damn, that was gory for a family
Yeah, I
film.
know. It's not often see a hand come off in a 12. Like it was properly gory. It's like, have you ever seen Eaten Alive,
Nah,
the Toby Hooper film that he did
no.
after Texas Chainsaw? It's not great, but it's got a lot of people being eaten by a crocodile,
Oh, cool.
and yeah, it's that level of gore.
Okay. But also, I can remember this bit being cut to shit on TV. Like, you get
Well,
like
yeah, you ain't
a
having that on TV. Him go
ah!
ah with his hand hidden in
Yeah.
blood. He
No,
seems to recover from it fairly well.
yeah, just wraps a bit of, I don't know, a scarf around it or something. Ah, that's fun.
Oh, damn it, I was using that hand.
Yeah. Jack gets a gun and starts firing at Zolo's men, who again are useless. And then, but Jack's followed that alligator that ate the stone because presumably he wants it back. And then we get a big shootout with the locals and Zolo's men. And then Ira gets on a boat and leaves Ralph behind, which I thought was quite funny.
Why? He didn't have to.
Yeah, and
There was plenty of time.
that's why I assumed Ira gets arrested and Ralph gets away, but I don't know, maybe not.
Yeah, yeah.
Jack's pulling on the alligator's tail to stop it getting away with the stone, and then Zolo's approaching Jonah Lane and thwarts her attempt to stab him, which was really lame. She just tries throwing it at him, but he just like blocks it with a bit
Blocks
of
it.
wood. Yeah,
It's funny. He has a line here where he says, "How will you die, John Wilder? Slow like a snail or fast like a shooting star?" What?
yeah, that's shit.
That line. I also found. I don't know about you. I found it real fucking hard to understand what the general was saying for quite a lot of this bit. Like, he was talking to men and like his men and stuff. I was like, "What the fuck is he going on about?" I can't
Well,
get a word of it.
the second time around, I had subtitles on because I just find it easier sometimes to make sure I don't miss any funny lines and stuff like that. And I
Yeah,
can
yeah.
write them down. So yeah, I understood. But I can see why you wouldn't. Then what happens? Then what happens? Jack lets the alligator go so he can save Jonah. Oh, that's nice.
Didn't need to.
No. Joan then burns Zolo with his cigar, and then she manages to set him on fire when he falls onto a lamp. It's like, oh God, he's had his hand cut off, he's been burned with a cigar, he's been burned, and then on top of that, he then falls into an alligator pit. I was like, fucking hell. Really bad.
He probably had it coming.
Oh, yeah, sure. Well, he killed Eduardo.
Well,
Uh,
exactly.
Ralph then tells the approaching cops to arrest Ira, which I thought was quite funny. And then Jack tells Joan to get the American consulate, but not to mention his name, as the cops know who they are. And then he's like, "You're all right. You're going to be all right, Joan Wilder." Kisses her and dives off into the water, presumably to die.
To be eaten by all of the alligators in the
Yeah,
water.
exactly. Sometime later, we're back in New York, and Gloria's reading Joan's manuscript on the story we've just watched, and she's crying to it. But Joan is sad that Jack is gone. Is gone, but is he? Because then in the street, a sailing boat has arrived, and Joe sees that Jack is on board and wearing snakeskin boots, which I thought was kind of cool.
I've written
Uh,
down here. She's now more confident because she found love, which is all you need,
all you
apparently.
need is love. Yeah. And then presumably they're going to sail around the world together on the boat.
She has
Credits.
this awful line where she says, "If I were to die, there's nowhere on earth I'd rather be than your arms." And I was like, "Oh, oh no, oh no, no,
Oh, and
no, no, no."
we missed a shit line earlier as well. When they're in the cave, Joan
Yeah.
says to Jack, "You're the best time I ever had." He's like, "I've never been anyone else's best time." I was like, "Oh, shut up."
No, stop.
Yeah. Right. So that was Romancing the Stone.
It
So
was.
rewind back when we were kids watching this on telly. What did we like about it back then?
Mm. Oh, it's hard to remember with this one because it was one of those films that was just on, and not one of those films that I'd watch again and again and again. It's hard to kind of say what I would have liked about it. I think just the general sense of an action adventure film. It's kind of that sense
Yeah.
of it being a slightly more grown up film than maybe you were used to watching.
Mhm.
And something akin to Indiana Jones and those films, which were films I watched on repeat. Um, yeah, so I think it's probably that kind of adventure sense. You?
Yeah, same. And also, I love Danny DeVito, and
Oh yeah, Danny DeVito.
I've always loved comic relief in films that are trying to be all serious and good adventure, but you've got your comic relief in there as well. So I always thought he was a hoot, and I thought he was a hoot in Jewel of the Nile as well. But
Especially if it's done well.
yeah,
I haven't seen Jordan Island in a long, long time.
now from what I've been reading, it's not nearly as good as this, and the actors didn't particularly want to do it, and it's not Robert Zemeckis, so it's kind of a why have we done this
No, it's
sequel?
Louis Teague who directed Navy SEALs. And I don't know if you've ever seen Navy SEALs
No,
with Charlie Sheen and Michael Biehn, I think. Ah, it's fucking boring.
I can imagine it is.
Oh, that's not a good film.
No. Did you not enjoy anything about it back then when we were kids?
Well, no, I don't think so. Did I not enjoy anything about that? Maybe. Um, there's something, and I had it with it now, and I think I probably had it similar, and it's why it didn't come into my rotation. Is that it's not very exciting. Like
Okay.
it's fine. Like it's perfectly well made. It's perfectly enjoyable, but it's not like it doesn't get you going in the way that an Indiana Jones does. You know, it's got the music isn't quite as rousing.
Mm,
It's not quite as funny as it wants to be. It's got a few good lines, but it's not a comedy out and out. It's not particularly exciting. The characters aren't, they're quite stock in the way that they're developed. And I know obviously I wouldn't have known that when I was a kid, but you kind of get the sense that it's just something missing, you know?
I,
Like where Indiana Jones and Raiders of the Lost Ark is a stone cold 5 out of 5
yeah,
classic.
of course.
This is a
Yeah.
solid three. 3 out of
Yeah.
5, straight down the middle, solid.
I, I mean, we'll get to what we think about it now, but I guess when I was a kid, I found probably all the romance a bit boring. I was like, oh, you're spending a little bit too much on this and not enough stuff on the treasure, which is again probably why you preferred Indiana Jones, why I preferred Indiana
Yeah.
Jones, and that sort of stuff.
I mean, this doesn't really concentrate on the treasure a lot. It's
No, no, it's
sort of
kind of shoehorned in.
yeah, incidental to the rest of it, really. I think I'd agree with you as well. Like, as a kid, I wouldn't have been into the romance stuff. You know,
Yeah.
what 8-year-old boy is like? You know what I want to see? A romantic comedy.
No, I would have
That's what my
liked.
mum watches.
Yeah, exactly. I would have liked the gunfight. I would have liked the whole alligator bit at the end of the
Yeah,
car
yeah, yeah.
chase and all that sort of shit. That's the bit I would have liked. But
I
yeah,
definitely would have loved the alligator. The concept of there being a pit of alligators that someone might fall into is the kind of thing as a kid I'd be like, yes, someone must fall into it.
yeah, and they do. But I mean, now, I mean, I'll go first. Like, I did enjoy this. I thought it was
Yeah,
funny. I thought it was nicely paced. I thought there's good chemistry between Michael Douglas and Kathleen Turner. There's
yeah.
really good cinematography. Danny DeVito is a fucking hoot in this. Just, yeah, there was very little I didn't really like about this, and just it was a nice hour 45-minute movie. Just breezed along.
Yeah, I mean, look, yeah, I think I probably covered it, but there's nothing I dislike, right? There's nothing you could look at this and go, there's a couple of lines here and there that haven't aged well, but that's the 80s for you, right?
Yeah.
That's going to happen. But like, there's nothing here where I'd say that's bad, right? It's very competently made. It's clearly had a lot of thought put into it. The actors are the right actors for the roles. They have, you say, they have chemistry. And then you've seen War of the Roses.
Yes, that's very
Yeah,
good.
that's a great film. That's the three of these in it. Like that's the great film that the three of them did together. Um, so it's perfectly fine. It's just missing something. There's no, you know what I think it is? I think it's jeopardy. Like there's no real jeopardy. You
Mm.
know, they go from A to B to C. You never really think that anything bad is going to happen to them. It's just not very exciting. But that's not necessarily a bad thing because not every film has to be the most exciting thing you've ever watched. It's just I think it just misses that. But there's nothing awful about it.
Okay. Well, let's pause that. So,
Yeah.
Spiff trivia. What you got?
Right, so on a budget of 10 million, this made 115.1 million. Fairly
Wow.
sizable hit. Also won a couple of awards, Golden Globes for Best Musical or Comedy, and Kathleen Turner won Best Actress in a Musical or Comedy at the Golden Globe. So it was a critical hit as well as a commercial hit. The screenwriter, obviously, Robert Zemeckis. So Robert Zemeckis is an interesting one. So he'd made two films before this, both of them flopped massively. Went on to was prepping Cocoon while he made this. The producers saw the cut of this, decided it was going to flop, and preemptively fired him off of Cocoon. So he hadn't even started Cocoon, and they fired him, being like, "Oh, this film you've just made, we've seen it, and it looks like it's not going to do very well. So you're fired." despite the fact we have absolutely no idea how well it's going to do. He thought, no, we can save it. Went off, did a load of reshoots, added some bits in, stuff about her needing a man was new. Apparently, in the original cut, she had a male publisher, not a female
Mhm.
publisher. So all of this stuff got changed and obviously went on to be the critical and commercial hit. Now, in a example of the sliding doors effect in history, the fact that he got fired off Cocoon freed him up to make Back to the Future. And what you then have with Robert Zemeckis is a run which is Back to the Future, Roger Rabbit, Back to the Future 2, Back to the Future 3, and Death Becomes Her.
There you
I
go.
mean, that is a hell of a fucking run
Yep.
of quality films. Now, later in his career, he made a load of shit, but then he did some great, great work. And I think it kind of starts here.
Yeah,
This
definitely.
obviously is not as good as Back, and there's a huge jump from this to Back to the Future, right? In terms of quality, and Roger Rabbit, like those are classics. This
Yeah.
isn't quite that, but you can see where he goes from here.
Mhm.
Now, it's written by a screenwriter called Diane Thomas. So I didn't know this about it, but Diane Thomas only ever had one film made. She died shortly after
Mm.
this was released in a car crash. Now, she had been hired to write Indiana Jones 3, and one of the original ideas for Indiana Jones 3 was to write it as a haunted house film. So she was scoping the early part of that before she died, and obviously they then moved in a completely different direction. It was a bit of a shame. It's quite a lot of talent for a straight. She was a waitress apparently, and she wrote this in a downtime. And I mean, that's a hell of a talent that could have been. Um, Michael Douglas originally wanted to produce the film, didn't want to be in it because he'd starred in a number of flops and was worried that if he was in it, it wouldn't do very well. Burt Reynolds, Clint Eastwood, Sylvester Stallone, Paul Newman, and Christopher Reeve all were up for Jack T. Colton. All of them turned it down. Stallone turned it down to do a film called Rhinestone with Dolly Parton, which he is a shit. Um, Ralph was originally after Bob Hoskins, didn't take it, but ended up working with Zemeckis in Roger Rabbit. Joan Wilder, this is an interesting one. Apparently, they offered it to Deborah Winger, and Officer and a Gentleman. Is Deborah Winger?
Oh, yep. Yep.
Yeah. So Michael Douglas met her in a Mexican restaurant, and apparently she bit him. I can't find much more about this, but in Kathleen Turner's autobiography, she said that originally he was going to offer it to her, but the meal ended when she bit Michael Douglas, and as a result, she did not get that role. I
Bizarre.
don't quite understand that. It's weird. It was Jessica Lange as well also offered it, didn't take it. Kathleen Turner was in the film, obviously, ended up suing the producers afterwards for plastic surgery for some of the injuries that she filmed and remembered having a terrible time, often arguing quite a lot with Robert Zemeckis, which is weird because she then went on to work with him again
Mm.
as the voice of Jessica Rabbit in Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I think that's all of the big bits of trivia. Oh, sequels. So there obviously is The Jewel of the Nile. There was a potential to do a third sequel, which would have had Michael Douglas, Kathleen Turner with their kids going to Thailand. It's always the fucking kiss of death when you start putting the kids. What was it called? It was going to be called The Crimson Eagle.
Mm.
Was going to be the name of the potential sequel. So that never. I mean, you wouldn't like it. It's like The Mummy Returns. You put a kid in it, and it's yeah, no one needs that. They were also looking at another sequel, legacy sequel between 2005 2008, which would have been called Racing the Monsoon. Never happened. What I would say though is, if you've ever seen The Lost City with
Yes, very
Channing Tatum,
similar.
that
Very
is
similar.
a spiritual sequel. It's
Yeah,
very similar. It's a good film, The
it
Lost
is a good
City.
film.
I would,
It is
yeah, it's
funny.
very entertaining. It's you can see the influence of this all over that,
Yep,
absolutely
absolutely.
all over it. It almost plays like a remake at
Mm,
points, and I would heartily recommend anyone go and watch that.
absolutely.
That's all the trivia that I have.
Cool. The only other one I heard was
Yeah,
apparently Michael Douglas got bitten by a snake and Danny DeVito sucked the poison out and spat it out, which sounds like total bullshit. And
no,
Michael
so
Douglas
I
has
read
said
that.
that
Yeah,
that's
Michael
not true.
Douglas has said that's why I didn't include it because Michael Douglas subsequently said, yeah, it didn't happen. Him and Danny Vito were flatmates, I think,
Yeah,
before this got made. It's kind of they were old mates, which is why they ended up working together so much.
I love shit like that. Just helping each other out.
Yeah, I wish one
Cool.
of my friends would become a famous actor and then give me roles in their films.
Likewise, Smith. Anyway.
Oh, why have I got to do it?
Right then. So the final verdict, does it hold up?
Mm. Yes,
Yeah, it does. It's
yeah,
fun. It's
fine.
fun.
It's great. Like
Definitely.
it's look, am I going to go back and watch it again anytime soon? No. But would I have any problem watching it again in the future or showing it to my daughter? Absolutely not. Fine.
Yeah. Same. I'd let my son watch it. No problem at all. Cool. Right then. So, next episode's nomination, which is me. So, Smith, what is your favorite Adam Sandler movie from the 1990s?
Ugh, from the 1990s. The Wedding Singer?
What's your favorite Adam Sandler movie from the 1990s that has Steve Buscemi in it? Oh, also The Wedding Singer.
Yeah,
Ah.
The Wedding Singer.
What's your favorite Adam Sandler movie from the 90s with Steve Buscemi, which also has Brendan Fraser in it?
Brendan Fraser was in The Wedding Singer.
No, he's not. He's not in The Wedding Singer.
No.
Oh,
Billy Madison?
no. I mean, he might be. I can't remember. I haven't seen that. No, Smith. We're gonna cover Airheads. Almost.
Oh, Airheads.
Yeah, it's kind
Oh,
of like.
fucking hell. I haven't seen that in years.
Yeah, me neither. Me neither.
It's almost
And
like that's the format of this podcast.
almost, yes.
Hmm.
I don't know. When I was watching Alan Partridge Alpha Papa, it really gave me vibes, and I was like, "Hang on a minute, Airheads."
Oh,
Yeah.
you're
So
right. It does. It
it's
does have
very
vibes of
similar.
Alpha Papa.
Yeah, I wanted to
Ah.
cover like some sort of bro thing, but I didn't want to do like, Wayne's World or Bill and Ted. I was like, Airhead, that's perfect.
What
So,
about Biodome?
or but yes, they put that on the list. Put Biodome on the list.
Oh,
Put
no,
Biodome on the
no,
list.
please let's not Biodome on the list.
Yeah. But we are going to do something special for when we do Airhead. We are going to have our very first guest. So we
Ooh,
have someone who is very, very passionate about Airhead, this movie, and to be honest, there's no one better for them to come on and talk about it. So our special guest will be joining us on our next episode to cover Airheads.
cool.
So there you go. Right, just a bit of housekeeping before we get out of here. Just want to plug our socials. You can reach us on email at it doesn't hold up podcast@gmail.com. We're on Instagram at it doesn't hold up podcast. We're on Twitter, or X is now known, it doesn't hold up pod. We are on YouTube at it doesn't hold up podcast, and we are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and other places listen to podcasts. So do give us a good review and keep those suggestions coming because we will cover them. We are compiling a list. So Smith, is there anything else you would like to say on Romancing the Stone before we get out of here, reconvene with our special guest for Airheads?
Yes, it's just look at those snappers.
Quite right. And I'd like to say, when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. Oh, wait, that was Jewel of the Nile.